Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, The Cloud Engineering, and I'm back with a new video. So my earlier video was on data engineering project, and this one is about DevOps project. So what DevOps is all about, what are the responsibility of a DevOps engineer, what are day-to-day activity of a DevOps engineer, and we will do a end-to-end project practically on my trial AWS account. So stay tuned till the end of this video and we'll do all the things practically. So first of all, let's talk about what are the challenges if we are not going with DevOps. That means if we are managing our AWS infrastructure by ourselves, then what will be the challenges which we have to face? So as a DevOps engineer, we have to take care of infrastructure part. And in case we are taking care of infrastructure part manually, there can be few challenges. The first challenge is human error, because when we are manually managing our infrastructure, there are more chances of having an error. It's like, suppose you want to launch a server, and instead of launching a small server, if by mistake you are launching a bigger server, that can cost you or your company a lot of amount, which is not good. Similarly, in case you want to replicate some infrastructure across various AWS environments, just like on most of the companies, we have various environments like dev environments for development purpose, and we have like you can say testing environment, and similarly we have a production environment. Now, whatever AWS resources we are using in development environment, like servers can be there, lambda functions can be there, or there can be some repository or some helper services like SNS, SQS, right? So if we have to replicate the same exactly same services across various environment, if we do it manually, that can be time consuming as well as error prone, and that definitely there will be a lack of consistency. Things may not be consistent across various environment, and that can result into some type of performance issue or any other type of challenges. And the last but not the least is difficulty in scaling. That means in case you are running a website or a web project, and suppose your website is getting a lot of traffic and you want to scale up or scale down your application. Suppose your traffic is increasing in the midnight, so will you come online in the midnight to increase the capacity of your server? That's not a good idea, right? If you are managing the infrastructure using some tool, using some automation tool that can monitor your resources, and as per the requirement, it can scale up or scale down your infrastructure. So these are the challenges if you are managing your infrastructure manually. But when a DevOps engineer comes in your team, he or she is responsible for managing the infrastructure, and not only managing, monitoring your infrastructure for any possible and potential improvement areas. And if anything goes wrong, there should be some intimation, some notification, and scaling up and scaling down as and when required. Okay, so now let's move to the next slide, and we'll talk about infrastructure management using cloud formation. So cloud formation is a service from AWS, and using this service we can manage our infrastructure as a code. You may be thinking like how code will generate the infrastructure, but code does not mean that you have to write a Python code or Java code. Code means you can declare the infrastructure as a part of a configuration file. That can be a JSON file format, or that can be a YAML file. So you can declare that you need a EC2 instance, you need a security group, you need a Lambda function, you need SNS topic, you need SQS queue, or you can define any other service along with their dependency. So this way you can declare, and CloudFormation is capable enough to create those resources for you. And any modification, if any modification is required in the infrastructure, even that can be taken care as part of your CloudFormation service. So with help of CloudFormation Designer, it's very easy to edit the template. I will show you shortly how to do that, and integrate CloudFormation with other services like Code Build and Code Pipeline. Because AWS provides a lot of services, and CloudFormation is completely AWS native service. So it's providing very smooth integration with other AWS services, and that can make your project end-to-end automated and end-to-end integrated. So now let's see how AWS and basically CloudFormation will help us to manage our infrastructure in more convenient and more efficient way. So we can provision new infrastructure using CloudFormation, and we can even update existing resource. If you want to add a new resource, even that can be done. If you want to delete an existing resource, that's also possible. And auto rollback if any update is failed. This feature is already there, inbuilt feature in CloudFormation. That means if you are launching suppose 5 resources using CloudFormation, and suppose third resource somehow failed, so it will make sure that the remaining 2 resources, whatever are already created, those will be deleted by your CloudFormation. That means your CloudFormation either it will complete your end-to-end infrastructure creation, or if anything goes wrong, it will make sure to revert those changes so that your CloudFormation is not in an inconsistent state. It will always be a consistent state, either completed successfully or rolled back completely. And in order to deal with complex resources, there's a concept of nested stacks. That's also part of our project, and we will do all these things practically on my AWS trial account. Okay, so with this one we are done with our first part of this DevOps project, where we just talked about like what are the challenges about infrastructure management manually, and what are the benefits if we manage our infrastructure using CloudFormation. In the next video we'll open our AWS console, and with our AWS trial account we will do all these things practically. So see you in the next video. Thank you.